What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, so you already know what time it is. It is time for the Why Not Podcast.
Get your ass get your ass get your ass get your asses up. It's time for the Why Not Podcast. Why not Podcast with DJ Il Nino. 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 T-Quest and Dino. T-Quest and Nino. Get your asses up. It's time. T-Quest. T-Quest and DJ Cyclops.
Why the hell not? Let's get it. T-Quest, DJ El Nino, and DJ Cyclops.
All right.
What the hell's going on?
Look, you about to call me my government name, and I'm DJ.
I understand.
With no hands. No hands.
Pause.
No hands.
Let us pray. Yeah, I mean. So what we doing today? What we talking about?
So I saw a post yesterday from 1/3 of the Why Not crew. It was very good post. Very good.
It was a good post?
It was a very good post.
There it is. Change up. What was the post about?
Basically saying you gotta know how to humble yourself. Stop being a bully. Be out here, because you were there once before.
What if he wasn't? Let me stop. Let me stop. Yes, facts. I agree with that. You need to know when to humble yourself, and you need to know time and place for everything. You know what I mean? There's sometimes where it's cool to be bold, brash, and arrogant, and there's other time you need to read the room and do it a different way.
And you know what's crazy? Like, I read that post, and then I went to Walmart and saw the first lady of our church, and me and my mom and her was stood outside the parking lot, talked for like a good 15 minutes. And one of the things she was telling me, she's like, she was asking me about the DJ community here, and I was telling her some things about it, and she's like, one thing about you, and she used my government name. She said, one thing about you, Christian, she was like, you are a humble DJ. And some
ain't got no choice. No, let me stop.
That's a side shit.
Like, she was like, you're so humble where, it's people don't take you as a threat, right? Because you are so humble. Then I go to karaoke, and I'm sitting here talking to another person, and he's like, Cyclops, you're like the most humblest DJ I've known since being here. Like, you help people, you don't, you don't talk down on people or anything. You're humble. You don't think you're better than anybody else. But the thing about it is, when you around all the DJs, you're totally you're somebody that you're not. Meaning, like you try to fit in, you know, to get their approval. I was like, matter of fact, it's the same dude that told me about the I was telling you about when I spoke at the battle about, and he was like, stop trying to do. You said it too. Stop trying to be everybody
Mhm.
else. You and he's like, stay humble, and that's going to take you far. I said, okay, okay.
Is it working?
You said, is it working?
Yes. Is it working?
Yes, it is. So, to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Well, see, you know what's crazy about that? I get called humble by certain people, and other people view me as arrogant as all hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think I'm I don't think I'm arrogant like that. Look at the professor in the building. Why not? Um, I don't feel that I carry myself as arrogant. Um, but I think there are some people who are a little. Um, I don't know the proper word because I was about to say some word that would have mad shade in it. Um, but yeah, but I think some people, like you said, when people don't view you as a threat, I think a lot of people view me as a threat, so they feel a certain way. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people, and I'm talking about through life in general. There's a lot of people in life in general was like, oh, Nino, you cool. Then we get into the DJ scene, they like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious. I'm serious. And I've said this before, and I say it all the time. Um, some people I know perceive me as a threat, and I'm not there. I'm just there to have fun like the rest of y'all.
Exactly.
Period. I'm just there to have fun like the rest of y'all. The underscore after the R&E, there it is. I see you, Professor.
Hey.
Yeah. Um, and I'm like, and I've said this before. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. Facts. I said this before. Like, a lot of times when DJs get in a DJ get together, some people can do their best 1,000% of the time, and nobody says anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that lean in 80, 85. This dude, why he got to come in? You know what I'm saying? Now I don't even feel like spending all that. That is something y'all need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Because when I grew up in this DJ life, I always wanted to be around people that was not one, not two, but three times better than me. Why? Because I wanted to become them.
Yeah.
I didn't see them as a threat. I didn't see them as this guy. Nah. I'm like, oh, all right.
Hey, Kim, the
SSB in the
SSB in
building.
the building.
SSB in the building. I always seen people as a goal to shoot for. As definitely a goal to shoot for. There was a lot of monsters that I was able to be in the company of, and I was like, all right, I can't do that yet, but I will. You know what I'm saying? I can't do
Yeah.
that yet, but I will. And then when I learned it, the people that I was around wasn't like, oh damn, look at this dude. They was like, hey, I see you. I see you. You know what I mean? I see you. So I don't get why people take that, you know, shrink all up and get all nervous, around folks. I don't get that. I don't have that gene. I don't care who I'm around. I don't, and I don't think that's arrogant. I think that's just being confident in what you can do. That is like-minded people embrace the company of others. That is true until some see you as a threat. Then they like, we ain't even going to invite this no.
You don't get
Uh,
anybody to cook out anymore.
Yeah, talk to him, Quest.
No, I totally understand. And I've been through that through a few seasons of my entertainment world, right? I remember even in the beginning when, as an entertainer, added like dancers, right? Because it's not like I needed them because I'm T plus, but I knew that adding them would be a beautiful enhancement to the overall performance, right? And then when I added them, they like, yeah, we got you, we can do this, that, and the third. And they was cool with it until they realized like she's very popular. Everybody likes her. They love her. And then they felt some type of way. And then it's this whole jealousy thing, which, threw me out the loop because I'm like, whoa, like we're in this together. Like we're rocking the stage together. Where's all of this coming from? And it was more the fact that they thought I was like some basic person. And they thought that they didn't know my talent level until they actually seen me do what I do. And in their mind, why is she the star? Why is she the one in front? Why is she the one getting all the praise as if I didn't deserve it? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, where is all of this coming from? And it was like weird at first, but I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know what to tell y'all because let's be real. Okay, let's be real. I've asked them if you guys have other talents, if you rap, if you sing, if you do poetry, if you host, whatever it is, like, let's do it together. We can collab on a song if you got the skill. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah,
want to take
yeah.
a dance break, we can add it to the set. Like, just talk to me and not be jealous and then, start with the shadiness, And so I'm thinking because they're like 2 pounds that they should be the one in the front. Like it don't matter what size you are, it's all on the talent and the skill.
Mm,
We could have been working together while we out here touring instead of you being jealous, wondering why you in the back and I'm in the front. Because at the end of
mm,
the day, I'm gonna be
mm,
T-plus regardless, whether you are here or not. I didn't need you. I added you because I wanted to, not because I had to. And that's where it comes the balance of you are a humble person. You know who you are. You're elevating and growing, but everybody don't want to see you grow. Everyone don't want to see you shine. Everyone don't want to see you outshine them when the whole time y'all can really grow if you work together.
and
It's real sick.
when you elevate for the good and everything else, that's when people be like, "You changed."
I'm supposed to. I'm growing older. I'm elevating, increasing. I'm supposed to change for the better, you
For
know?
yeah, exactly,
Let's
exactly.
see. Jealousy is a big killer of business and networking relationships. Why get jealous? Learn from each other. Absolutely. Imitation can block many from their blessings. This is all facts. All facts. That's why I would tell a lot of people I converse with. I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, maybe they say it's always lonely at the top, it's really lonely at the top because as you're getting to the top, as you're learning yourself and growing and revamping and rebuilding and educating yourself and tighten up your skills, all your friends, some of them are going to turn into enemies, some of them looking at you sideways because you're elevating above them, not realizing we can do this together. We can build together. We can make money together. We can shine together, but everyone is not that maturity mindset. What up, DJ Goya Bean on the check-in?
Koija, Koija,
Goja.
Koija,
What
Koija.
up, Los?
LOS going in. Look, Jersey heavy. What's going on here?
Jersey heavy, right? But guess what? Me and Cyclops not gonna get jealous because you from
No,
Jersey, Nino. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's
We're not
okay.
gonna feel no type of way.
You know, you know,
Oh man, I don't know why.
each week we it seems like each week each of us have our fans. You know,
It's all good.
Mhm.
It's all good.
you
Look at this.
know.
I'm all looking at the thing. I can't hear y'all.
I know, right? Problem is, everyone wants to be the star. No one wants to share the spotlight. I'd rather bring people with me because I can always learn from others. Factual. Let's get the bag together. What up, Boswell on my back?
Mhm.
Bomb is in the
What up,
building.
Bomb?
Pew,
What up, Bob?
pew, pew,
I
pew.
had to put some of your blends in the mix as well, Bob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
heard so. Well, I was like, okay, I hear
yeah,
you. I hear
yeah,
you. I hear you.
yeah.
I hear
Had to
you.
put some bomb mix in it, in the
You gotta
blender on
put a
it. So
bomb mix. There you go.
I had to. I had to.
Bomb mix. So yes, but yeah. So um, it is weird because this person was like, all right, we got the Battle Series number 3 coming in September, and
I mean,
they're like,
why you laugh?
I'm,
See what I'm
I'm,
saying? See what I'm saying? Why you laugh?
I'm taking a
hey.
flight. I'm gonna be a Texas native for about a month.
And we stay in a Cyclops house. And he making breakfast.
So he was like, be humble. Don't play for us. Play for you. Even though you know, be you, but come out here, you know, ready. He's like, what I told you to do the first time that you did great at, you left that at home the second time. So if you combine the first time and some of the second time and continue being you, you should be great.
Now you know what's annoying as hell about what you just said.
What?
You know I tell you that all the damn time. You got when a random said like, oh, you know
but
what? I should do that.
but the thing about it is like I said, with the community here, right? It's it's hard to get accepted as a DJ in this community, right? So I'm hearing the stuff that you're saying. I hear it all the time, right? But when I'm hearing it from the community now, I'm like, okay, you're telling me what I need to do to get into this community. But until I get there, it's just I'm on the doorstep, knocking on the door, trying to get in.
What's the benefits of being part of this community?
It won't.
I'm sorry.
I know what I'm trying. I know what I want to say. I'm just trying to say it in a nice, professional way. Um, wait, I'm unapologetic on the show. Um, there won't be too many gatekeepers. It's a lot of gatekeepers in San Antonio, right? When it comes to the DJ community, and until you get their respect, it's like you're like, hmm, you gotta fight and scratch and claw your way to get certain gigs, right?
You
Um,
sound like a bunch of thugs, and you got to get the respect from gangsters on the block before you can
exactly.
try to
That's
market your
exactly what it
territory.
is. And on the way home last night, shouts out to Lady B. We had a long conversation because he was like, it's different because these people that you're trying to get accepted from, they might not accept you because of the type of you're not a scratcher. You know, you don't play all this ratchet music.
Cyclops.
Yeah, see, I just did that, and and all you saw was Nino's hands do it go. Okay, but it's like I'm not a ratchet DJ. I don't play the ratchet music. You know me. I'm Mr. R&B, or I'm on gospel, or stuff like that. So going into different stuff like that, they're like, okay, when I play the ratchet music, they're like, this is not you. Like, okay, so you want me to
The
come
only
out?
way to say it's not you is if you ain't doing the way it's supposed to be done. Because at the end of the day, if you know how to flex on them hoes, you know how to flex on them hoes. Period. But actually, I'm not from the city. I'm not trying to get jumped in.
Why not pop?
Whatever they say.
Like, because they're like, we see you what you do. We know your lane. And you're trying, he was like, you're trying to be somebody you're not. And I'm like, no, like,
Bombsy speaking her life. I guess she's going through the same thing. Like everybody get jumping into their cities. This game is dangerous.
Yeah, like DJ is cutthroat. You know, you got if you ain't get jumped in yet in your city, you just.
Man, forget them hoes. If they ain't the ones booking the gigs, I am not trying to.
But that's the thing. They have the influence of the people that are booking. So it's like,
Thugs. Look at them.
yeah,
Gangsters. Gangsters of San Antonio. Gosa. Let's take it to the audience. There are so many types of DJs. You don't have to do what everyone else does. Be you. If they don't respect you, but you are putting in the work and doing what you do best, then you good. Create your own influence. Period. But we understand Cyclops, you know. If they got all the promoters in the chokehold, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
If you can't spin on that block, spin on the next one. I'm just saying, but you know your city. No, I don't know your city. So if that works for you and you gotta get jumped in, just make sure Lady B got the bandages and do what you gotta do to put bread on your table. I definitely try to get to your mindset, T. Bump them hoes, bump them hoes. But things is different when it comes to your paper. Like I said, you know your city, you know what's up. You know what I mean? I don't think they control the whole city, but clearly they control some of the pockets that you're trying to get in. So I'm saying, do what you gotta do for the fraternity. Nino, take it away.
Mike, check. Remember, on the real, you're always going to be your best you, and you're going to be less of somebody else. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know the way I DJ ain't for 1,000% of the people. I know, you know what I mean. But I know I can tame what I can do best down and be regular if I wanted to be. You know what I mean? If I wanted to just blend and transition and all those, I can do that too. That's easy to me. But I know that. But I know I can also take it to something else if the need arises. And I know even if I'm in a place where the need don't arise, I may just throw a little jab in it. Bah, 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 bah. I can do this too. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be somebody in the crowd that's going to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody's going to be like, oh, hey, do it again. Do that again. Somebody's going to think that. Or it could be somebody that once was a DJ or is a DJ that's be like, oh, I didn't think you can do that. And I know I get that. You know what I mean? Especially now that I got the grizzled vet face. I got the grays heavy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting I'm getting
But
I like
I'm
your
like,
seasons.
yeah, I know. It's because of you. I let the grays go heavy. You know what I'm saying? Um,
See, y'all fresh. What up, DJ Tank in the building?
Tank, what up, though?
What up?
Yeah, it's best to do your own style when it's your turn to shine. They coming. That's when you find the people that will bring you in and show them what you are made of. Then show the promoters that are chokehold what you can do once you build your rep up.
Yeah, that's facts. Because once you get to the point, um, and I say this all the time, when they're looking for you instead of just looking for a DJ. If they're just looking for a DJ, it's like, yeah, whatever. Some people are like, yeah, how much you charge? When you get to the point where people are like, yeah, I'm looking for a DJ, how much you charge? That's different than say, yo, I'm looking to book Cyclops, what's your fee? You feel what I'm saying? That's different. That's different. Once people are looking for DJ Cyclops, not just DJ whoever, you know what I mean? That's when your rate changes. They're like, yo, I want Cyclops. And then you can charge a Cyclops fee. If they just want a DJ, then you may have to take a DJ fee. You know what I mean? Well, we pay our DJs X, Y, and Z. Okay. But they
Lemon
don't
pepper
pay.
chicken wings. Well, with the house sauce on the side.
Yeah, and the soda. Yeah, but everybody don't. Let's put it like this. There could be one place could hire five different DJs, right?
Hmm.
And they'll pay those five different DJs very similar pay. But then there could be one DJ that has that name and has that established. They were like, yo, we're gonna hire DJ X. DJ X may get paid twice what y'all get paid. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're hiring DJ X. They're not just hiring uh generic DJ.
I think
And I
that's the
think
situation.
yeah, and I think some people need to humble themselves and realize they're generic DJ. You know what I mean? I think we've all been there at one point. They're like, I don't know this dude. You're just a DJ coming to fulfill a role. You know what I mean? We have a role open. It is for a DJ. So we are hiring a DJ. We're not hiring DJ Cyclops. You know, we're hiring a DJ. Now you can go in there and say, well, yeah, my normal rate is 750. For 2 hours, that may be a normal rate. But
Jeez.
but the place that is hiring a DJ, they can be like, no, we good, because we don't.
$7.50 for 2 hours.
That's light work when they know you by name, baby. But it's true. It was this place in Connecticut where I used to do residency. Can't even speak English.
Where's the- Yeah.
Anyway, right?
Phone a friend.
And it's when they're just hiring a DJ, they have a certain budget because the place ain't like huge, you know what I'm saying? So they have a
Yeah.
certain budget for just hiring a DJ. But then when they wanted a certain DJ by name, they had a different budget for these DJs, which was understandable because these specific DJs in most of Connecticut, especially in 203 area, if I say it by name, they be like, makes sense. Every time they came to the spot, they automatically knew the place was going to be jam packed to capacity every time they hire them. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
that definitely makes sense because I told you before, when my friends used to come in town, they want to go out, I would literally type in these specific DJs, see where they're located, and if it's in the city I don't mind going to or the spot I don't mind going to, I know that if I go there with my friends, I'm not going to be disappointed, and I know they're going to rock the house because that's what they're known for. You know what I'm saying? By
Gotcha.
name, not just well, I'm gonna go to this spot because it's free. It don't matter who DJing. So there's definitely different levels to that. Go ahead, Cyclops, take it away, son.
I feel you. I feel you. And like I said, I've been in that situation where it's multiple DJs in this one establishment, and then there's that one DJ. Like, we all sitting here waiting to get paid, and then we see what he got, and we're over here looking like he just got that, and we over here got this. And we didn't know at the time, who this person was until we're like, oh, now I understand. You know, um, so I was like, okay, I get it. But if you're outside looking in, you don't know who this DJ. If if you don't know who this main DJ is, you're like, well, why is he getting paid much more than what I'm getting paid? You know, we work the same amount of hours. It's just different parts of the club.
Man, you trying to figure out why he get a Jersey Mike's and you get a Lunchable. But it's I don't know if this is a question or a statement, but y'all can just chime in. It's kind of like, is it better to be at a certain level coming in and people hear the rumors about you? Or, because it's like Jazzy Jeff and them, right? When you hear that name, everyone respects him because of
Yeah,
his gift and his talent, right?
yeah,
But then if you somebody from around the way and people know you, they're like, oh, look at him coming through like he big and bad. Like, I don't understand people's mindset. Just like, let's talk about this organization that we're all in, right? Nino came in quiet as kept. People started learning his skill. Some people admired it. A lot of people was hating.
Mm-hmm.
Now that his name is circulating, new people coming in, but they coming in when his name is already circulating at a high level. All of them are respecting him. Why did it have to be hate from the beginning? That's the disconnect I don't understand of the mindsets of some people. Does that make sense?
Let me speak on that. I don't think it was necessarily hate at the beginning, but it became hate. You know what I mean? It became hate with some people, with certain people. And me, I try to be the same person all the time, and I try not to um, step on toes or whatever. You know what I mean? But if toes need to be stepped on, I stomp
Nah,
a
you
little
got a
bit.
big foot. My pinky toe. But the same thing with Cyclops too. He came in, they assumed he was some underdog. Finally, he got his swag on, started elevating instead of congratulating. People started hating. Like, people are just weird to me. You're just so weird. It makes
Man,
no
because
sense.
I had that title underdog for the longest.
Yeah,
Boy.
well, yeah. What happened with Cyclops? Cyclops came in. He was at a certain level. He was at a level where a lot of people weren't, honestly, still are. You know what I mean? He was at that level. I'm not trying to be funny. He was at a level where he wasn't perceived as a threat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And when he DJ'd, there were times that he made stumbles. You know what I mean? There were times that he stumbled. Yeah, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but I'm
No,
just
go
just
ahead.
keep.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hey, go
I'm
ahead.
just keeping it in perspective. There were times that he stumbled, and instead of people necessarily trying to help him, it's like nah, ha, 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? Let's point out his flaws. You know what I mean? Because if I point out somebody else, some people when they point out other people's flaws, it's to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like nah. If I can keep pointing out his flaws, no matter what my whatever, no matter what their own personal flaws are, or maybe they may not even realize they are flawed. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They they can feel good about themselves. But what happened to Cyclops? Because I remember back in the day, just folks being real extra with how they was dealing with Cyclops, and I'm like, nah, we can't have that. Because that's not cool. If we as a family are here to elevate each other, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do it instead of picking on folks, because that's honestly to me that's corny. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like anybody picking on me, and I don't believe I'd pick on other folks. I'm like, nah, do you? And look, I can help you with this. I can help you with that. You know what I mean? I can motivate and inspire you. But we're gonna do it a different way. You know what I'm saying? And just talking sometimes. It wasn't like we doing night school practice 2 hours a night. It wasn't that. It's not that.
And
It's
it's weird because if people may not know, people may think that's what we're doing. We're sitting on Zoom all day and you
facts.
to me stuff. Literally, like you said, it's literally just conversations. It's literally you just telling me, all right, this is what you need to do here, this is what you need to do there, and instead of because we ain't got all day to sit on Zoom all day,
Yeah,
but
life.
yeah.
Busy.
So yeah, it's literally just the conversations we had. Because I remember, like I said, I remember the first initial conversation where I literally came to you. I said, "Hey, can you help me?" And you like, "Sure, I can help you with this, this, and this." And I still remember the thing you said, and I still remember to this day. I'm gonna get you to where you're the best version of you. You're not gonna be me. You want to be the best version of you.
That's deep. Pass the offering.
But that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. I don't. What's DJ Abel in the building?
What up, what
That,
up, what up?
yeah, that's the way it should be. You know what I
And
mean?
you
'Cause
know, it's weird to hear people now, baby Nino. I'm like, or little Nino, or I'm like, okay, but now
It's a compliment.
it's a compliment, but I'm still like, I always put that saying that he said to me in my mind. I'm gonna be the best version of me though. So you can say that all day because you see the elevation of and the work uh that he's helped me with. But like he said, I'm not gonna be the next Nino. I'm gonna be the best Cyclops at the end of the day.
It's weird because I've heard that a lot recently, but I'm just gonna take it all as compliments. Um, that's what is happening with me. A lot of DJs were being shady when I first came into the circuit. Now the new DJs coming around ask me to play with them or ask if I can help them out in some way. Facts. You know why? Because it's pretty much like high school when the basic mediocre big dog on campus feels some type of way when the new dude come to school, come into town, or when the quiet student is now speaking his mind and now everybody feels some type of way. Like, who this cat and where did his confidence come from? Who, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel it is, to be honest. Cyclops do like he, wait, what?
Hmm?
Oh, Cyclops do act like he's from the Nino tribe. That's freaking funny. Let me read this real quick and then back to you, babe. Number one rule. You will never please everyone. They go hate while climbing that I know me all. Wait, I can't. I can't. Give me a sec. Okay. Number one rule. You will never please everyone. They gonna hate while climbing that I know we all had someone who know they throw shade around people. Be like, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. Instead of saying, just got all the tools to help you, but they help who they choose to help, who they cool with. These clicks is what's bringing down the community too, because it's so many people that just want to learn, that just want to elevate, that just need a little help and a little guidance. And that's where part of that the reason why I had that post yesterday about people need to humble themselves, because you didn't know something the moment before you. What did I say? There was a time you didn't know something, but yet you'll judge somebody for not knowing something. You know what I mean? Everyone's at a different level, and you shouldn't make fun of somebody because they're not on your level. And majority of the time, the people making fun of people is on a basic level.
And my thing is with that, if you're at a certain level, and okay, mind you, when I came in the fleet, I've been DJing for 10 years already, right? Um, so I thought, I was good. But coming in the fleet, I saw, okay, no, I'm not good, but I want to elevate. I did not mind asking for help, right? Some people have, I don't know what it is, they don't like asking for help because they think they're good enough to be, to hang, with the big boys. I get that, but if you notice, when I came in, like Nino said, when I came in, I was one way. 5 years later, I elevated, and the same people that were talking down on me and stuff, some of them were still in the same position that they were 5 years ago. And I elevated past them. And now those same people will not say anything or compliment anything because they know I put in the work. So that goes back to the conversation we had with Wild West last week. You know, Don't just say you're a DJ and not put in work. I put in work nights and days and nights. Conversations, like I said. Um, if you just gonna say you're a DJ and just moving buttons around, hey, if that's where you want to be and you don't want to ask for help, that's not me.
Cyclops is talking loud as hell. I hear everything you saying, bro. I hear everything you say. All right, let's get to the comments. DJ Abel, I was the quiet dude for years until I went to the Nino and Thad Gaskins School of Super Confidence and Comebacks. That they were shook by me reacting back. That's facts. I remember Abel when I first met him. When I first met him, and I was around him, and then a few years later, I'm like, oh, he's different. I'm like, good, because he was never scared to try something. He's like, oh, all right, how you do that? Let me try that. And even if he may not have been able to get that, he would do his own version or whatever. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, and that's the way it should be. You know what I mean? Don't, because there's DJs that I have tried to that affected me. The DJs that honestly affected me the most, I believe, is Jazzy Jeff, DJ Dirty Harry, and on my early scratch game it was Grand Mix and DST. All right, why? Why do I say that? Um, it's because, and this is not. This is I'm just stating facts. When I was listening to some of the earlier DJs that was on Wax, it didn't take me long to catch up to what they was doing just by listening to it. This wasn't back. This wasn't now that you can go on YouTube and get detailed instructions. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you had to learn how to do the things that they were doing um, by copying, by ear. You're like, I don't even know what the hell you're doing. So I'm gonna try 75 things to try to figure out what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean? And when I first learned how to do I remember when I first learned how to do the rocket scratch. Um, I'm like, yo, I'm good now. When I first learned how to do that Roxanne scratch, I'm like, oh, all right, I'm good. You know what I mean? And those were folks that made me learn. When I first heard Grandmaster Flash, it took me like a week to get what he was doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, that's why I don't have this elevated um, regard for him. Because and that's not being arrogant. Grandmaster Flash is one of them. You know what I mean? He's one of the innovators in hip hop. He's one of them. But when I was coming up and learning the DJ, like I said back then, you had to learn by listening. There wasn't cliques in my area, and if they were, I weren't a part of them. I didn't know them. But I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm trying to learn that stuff. When Jazzy Jeff was doing things, I'm like, I have zero idea what the hell he's doing. So that inspired me to try to learn. And then when I got into a position that I can hang around elevated DJs, I'm like, all right. And what I used to say, and I remember me and Abel used to always say, all right, my goal, I may not be the best, but I'm not going to be the worst at this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the worst one that everybody's going to be pointing and laughing. They're going to be like, look at this, look at him. No, I don't care what crowd we in. I'm like, I won't be the worst. Period. Now, unless I fall apart and do some dumb ish, I don't believe I'm going to be the lowest. And that's not being arrogant. That's being confident in your skill set. And and I believe everybody should do that. You know what I mean?
And
Get to Go ahead.
like I know we had this conversation um before where I said, okay, it's certain teams that I'm going to play for, right? If we're in a blend game, oh, I'm coming off either I'm coming off the bench or I'm on the starting five, right? If we're in a scratching game, I'm on the bus in the parking lot. I'm not even in the gym yet because I know my skill set, right? So I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to put myself into a position where, like you said, I'm uh, I'm the worst DJ, but I'm gonna put myself in a position where you're gonna know, oh, I'm here, I'm coming. Just give me a minute. I'm coming.
See, the thing is in that situation is, um, when I was learning to DJ, right? I'm gonna learn everything. That's what I want to do. I want to learn how to mix. I want to know how to do long transitions. Because that was kind of the thing back in the day. It wasn't these quick. It was like riding the mix a long time um, transitions. So I'm like, I'm going to learn that stuff. I'm going to learn how to mix by ear. I remember I learned blends before I even know that was a thing. Because I remember when I blended records. I remember my mother to this day um, when Ryan G was on MTV. Right, and I'm watching it, and my mom was like, "You do that," and I'm like, "I didn't know that was a thing." That's why when all these people talking about, yeah, we gotta bow down to whoever. There's people all over life, all over the world right now doing things that nobody knows of. You know what I mean? And I remember for a fact, I'm like, oh, I remember having acapella on the record. Shout out to my aunt who used to send me crazy records from Atlantic Records. And I had acapellas, and I'm mixing it with other songs. I didn't know that was a blend. I just was like, oh, this is what these are for. This is an acapella on this side. This is instrumental. Let's mix them together for giggles. I'm like, all right, and it worked. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know there was a whole borough up in New York doing this. I didn't know there were people that was getting fame. I didn't know that. And I still, my mom to this day, she's like, you know how to do that. And then she was like, oh, I guess you are doing something good. I'm like, all right. So that's what I'm saying. I wanted to learn everything just so I get into a point that somebody may be like them ultra scratches. I learned that to a point. I personally got tired of it. I'm like, "Ah, I ain't doing this. I said, let me concentrate on this. You know what I mean? Let me get my bling game up. You know what I mean? Let me step my juggling up. Yeah, let me step that up because these real technical scratches, I honestly got tired of it. I got tired of listening to it. Me, I do it a bit, but I'm not. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to be in a point. If I'm in a group of folks, somebody may be able to do this better. Somebody may be able to do that better. But I think overall, I do enough things well that they're gonna remember my name. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, all right, I see you. So that was me. Let's get back to the comments.
Yes, let's get back to the comments so people can hear my voice. Um, I'm done. I've been done with clicks. You right. It's like high school. Last time I checked, we were done with high school a while ago. We grown now. Factual. For me, it's been about blah 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 years. So I can only
Yeah,
imagine for the rest of y'all. Um now
yeah, it's been yeah, yeah.
DJs are scared to ask for help. And sometimes they're not scared. It's just that when you ask the wrong person, they put a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, you know what? I'm
Mm,
good asking altogether, which is very sad.
mm.
Nino, we had this the same exact talk on the Afternoon Delight. Shout out to the Afternoon Delight. I definitely enjoyed those moments, and I can't wait for you guys to bring it back. I tell everyone I don't get mad if someone takes my gigs because it's not their fault. It's mine for not doing what I was supposed to do. And then back to Cyclops saying when they're doing the scratching and everything, he's on the bus. He's like, come on, Rosa Parks. He said, I'm on the bus, y'all. I am on the bus. And we came up in the era of learning every facet of the DJ game, blends, juggling, party rocking. That's why we can go into any cipher and get respect. Not like the young boys, they stay in one lane. Some of the young boys. I don't want to put everybody in the same box because everybody's not the same. So I like to use that word some. That's the most safest and the most respectful word to use. But I agree. Back to you, DJs. That's you
Hey,
too.
oh, okay, all right. I want to hear some uh feedback from you, Quest. Like, what is your outlook on everything? Far as like, people not um asking for help, people, people being, I'm gonna say aggy, and um the overall conversation that we're having.
That is an excellent question. Shout out to Jenny HBO on the check-in. Hey girl. Um Me personally, I don't like these conversations. And I don't like what's happening when it comes to people just wanting to elevate, increase, and grow because when they say it takes a village to raise a child, that's like a real thing. Like we all need to be here to help one grow. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. Like these sayings came from somewhere because we should be here for one another. That's the whole reason why I even started GLM from years ago because I came into this industry. My family is stuff. They like music, but they're not into music. They're not into business. They're not into anything that I do, which means I had nobody to turn to. I had to turn to strangers. I had to turn to the people I see in the clubs when I'm out there networking. So if I'm coming to you for help and you're not even here to help me or you're chastising me or talking down to me or might be trying to make me feel bad because I don't know something, that's the whole reason why I'm coming to you. That's the whole reason why I'm asking you questions or asking for advice because I don't know and I want to know. But all you're doing to me is make me feel like, you know what? Never mind. I'll figure it out on my own. Never mind. This is why I can't ask nobody nothing. Never mind, I'll just wing it instead of just answering the questions. You over here, oh, as an artist, you should know this. As a dancer, you should know that. As a DJ, you should know that. When you could have just answered the question and we could have been moving on to the next thing. You see what I'm saying? I don't like when people do that. And this is why so many people are quiet. This is why a lot of people are frustrated. This is why the fun is getting taken out of the whole entire industry. This is why we have trust issues. And it's beyond that. That's the same thing with people with mental health problems. Like I would love to talk to people. I would love to express how I feel, but if this is how you're gonna make me feel when I come to you, that means I'm not coming to you. And it comes to the fact that then you don't know who to turn to. So it's very sad. That's what I'm saying. When we met you, like I told you when I saw you, I'm like, there's something in my spirit let me know that you are a star. As soon as you put your confidence and ignore all them naysayers, like you are going to be something great in this industry. What happened? You ignore the and haters and the Aggie folk. Yeah. And we have conversations and you're asking the right questions and you're asking the right people and you're hanging out with new energy and new vibe. And now you're able to blossom. A lot of people, when you ask them, how did you get into this? How do you get into that? I had a teacher that believed in me, and that was the spark to the beginning of my journey. Here we go. I had a teacher, DJ Onino, that believed in me and helped me elevate to the next level. I had a teacher, T Quest, that believed in me and helped me elevate to the next level. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a lot of people that we deal with because it's so sad when we converse with people and they was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a story right now. We literally had a call the other day with somebody, and Nina, you can piggyback off of it. He had needed help with virtual DJ. I didn't hear the whole conversation because I don't virtual DJ. That's Nino's thing, right? All
Hmm.
I heard when I walked by, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's all I had to do." Thank you so much. I done talked to like 10 DJ, and I'm just like, he just made this man's day from answering something that was so hard for others to answer. But to me, it was like, all you have to do is blah, blah, blah. And there you go. I probably butchered up the story because I didn't hear the whole thing. But Nino, if you want to elaborate, you can, and then we'll take it to the audience.
No, you didn't butcher it. You didn't butcher it at all. You know what I mean? He had a question that I knew the instant answer to because I've been using virtual DJ for years. You know what I'm saying? Over a decade. You know what I mean? So what it was cool that he asked something. I gave him the answer, and I also saw other things that he didn't even know to ask about. But I gave him answers for. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. I said, real talk. I said, you're gonna want to do this too. You know what I mean? It's like I see what your setup is. I see how it is, but you're gonna want to do this too. And he was like, oh, I didn't even know you can do that. Then I saw something else. I'm like, you know what? Do this also, and then do this. He was like, oh damn. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. He's like, oh, all right, I like this. And then now it's like, you want to keep in touch. So I can help with some things, but that's cool though, because there's been times that I didn't know things about things. Me, I'm one of them damn people. I'm gonna be on the internet and figure out the answer some kind of way. But there's always not going to be an answer out there, and sometimes there's a person that can be like, "Hey, just do this," instead of you doing something the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. That's my name. um, it says when Nino was in New Jersey, we had enough of a crew that had spin sessions at least 4 to 6 different houses that would last for hours. That is facts. That is facts. He said he remember a particular session at Raymond Tyler's house that ended up having future heavy hitters like Rich Medina and Mike Nice. That was facts. That was facts. Those monsters, monsters. And we had a house. We had a random house doing a random spin session with monsters in there. You know what I mean? He said we would have all kinds of obscure records, just records way before laptops and software. That was facts. And being around folks like that who would become monsters, who probably was already monsters in their own name. I didn't know them at the time, but even with folks like that, it was that same technique. All right, I see what y'all doing, but we're gonna try to do this. You know what I mean? We're gonna do this. I saw with that one little move you did. I'm like, I like that. So I'm gonna do that my way. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna necessarily copy off. And there's still some moves that I learned from sessions like that. I'm like, oh, all right, let me do this. And I remember one move that I took up the Philly where they were at. And I remember one of them was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I heard him do it in late set. I'm like, yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Kevin Grubbs, Ghostbuster, the hustler from Augusta, Georgia. DJ Jelly, the South of the Southern style DJs, one of his biggest influence of the '90s. Planet Patrol, Play at Your Own Risk, is what really made you become a DJ. Just to spin that record. Facts. I remember that record. Shout out to them folks back there. I'm the same. I always do research first, then go to someone when you can't figure it out. When I can't find it. Oh, look, the questions are heavy. As
I
many
know.
times as many times as I say I'm the best DJ, they've heard around here. I'm always humble, but I too take the compliment. But I definitely know I can always be better and strive to try to be better. That's facts. That's facts. Just know, have the confidence, but also respect the other folks. You know what I mean? I'm confident. I believe I should be confident. I believe everyone should be confident. Let me say it like that. I believe everyone should be confident, but I think some folks should be maybe a little more realistic about where their skill set falls. You know what I mean? I'm serious. There's
I get it. I get it. And well then people also gotta know the difference between confidence and cockiness. Like there's a difference. So like how you said, people may think that you're arrogant, but you're not. People may think I'm arrogant, and I'm not. People, well, let's just say this: people may think why not Cruz arrogant, but we're not.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's keep it a buck, right? I don't even agree with people thinking, is arrogant. It's the people who say that people say that, but I've never heard nobody say that, if that makes sense.
No.
They be like this, well, I'm glad you said it, being honest. Cause we could be around a group of DJs and they're like, well, like Nino, some people may think he's arrogant. I'm like, y'all keep saying some people may think that, but everybody I know, ain't nobody ever heard nobody say that. So is it some people or is it you? Like, because I don't hear these things. It's like selective people making it seem like it's some people or all people. And in reality, it's not. Because at the end of the day, if you really study you guys, there's nothing arrogant about it. You can see the confidence oozing. The talent speaks for itself. Now, if you someone who can laugh and joke and kiki like you know how we do the banter and everything. Nino's quick with comebacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing negative about it. It's just grown-ups having fun. That's all it is.
Like
You
people,
know?
people be thinking he's serious. Like I'm getting text messages. Why he talking about you like that? Like,
Because you be coming in hot on the cafes, and sometimes we gotta humble you. No, I'm playing. All right, so the professor, we gotta bring you on a show because you with these paragraphs in the chat.
Facts.
I don't ran out of tea, so I can't even read them. Nina, you got them?
Got me on my reading today. You know what I'm saying? All right, where we at? Where we at? Which one we at? Quest. I don't remember the last times. All right, here we go. All right. I've had a DJ part of my company. I had a DJ that was a part of my company who had a God complex, and it just didn't work because no matter how much I tried to help him, he didn't listen. And sometimes that's when you got to separate from each other. That is facts. That is facts. Um, I don't mind confidence at all. You should be confident, but when the crowd is hearing your mess ups and complaining, facts, then I think you need more work. That is factual. Yeah, I wish him the best, but he definitely needs to be a little more humble.
we
That
we
is.
seen that. We seen that in full effect.
I
Where
just want ha 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 ha.
I be like, "Dang, you was just talking about me a couple of days ago," and God don't like ugly.
Yeah, this right here, this is I co-sign the hell out of this. There's a difference between confident or cocky and being good and being confident or cocky. Well, all right, all right.
Right, huh?
There's a difference of being confident or cocky and being good, and being confident or cocky and being trash. Facts. Some DJs hit a scale a little different from what the audience is hearing. That is also true. That is also true. Tell me when. I'll definitely come on the show anytime. All right, why not? There it is. We gotta get the professor on there. We gotta set that up
Yes.
to get the professor on here.
I'm
But
telling you, we gotta do the why not and friends.
yeah, but that's real. A lot of people, and that's why it's cool. I like always like resurrecting and meeting new folks. You know what I mean? Because then they aren't living on jaded island from somebody else. Somebody else can be jaded as all hell. Some people can be tired of you, me, and even Quest. You know what I'm saying? Some people can be tired of, you know what I'm saying? They can be tired of it. Like, come on, man.
I don't know why y'all keep putting me in y'all mess. Stop with this foolishness.
I mean,
I'm just a bodyguard.
He's just a bodyguard. Like I'm some punk. Get out of here with that.
Nah, it's when we're not around. That's when Cyclops have to step up, as he should. You know what I'm saying? As he should. He know his position. He play his part. Why not?
Yeah, I know. But when I'm not around, people put their track shoes on.
That part. Where he at?
Wait a minute.
It's just Cyclops. No, 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 no. Hey, I'm still here. Hey, don't get it twisted. Don't
It's
get it.
Yeah,
funny
man.
you say that because even in Nino's absence and Cyclops is there, a lot of people still won't go up to me because at the end of the day, they know you tell it.
Exactly. Yeah. You say what? What? Oh, okay. All right. Keep
Oh,
walking.
that's something totally different.
Yeah, that's facts. And me, I think it's cute. You know what I mean? I think it's cute. I'm like,
Because
isn't that cute?
they gonna know if if you see one of us, you gonna at least see two of us.
Unless
Not
we at
even
the
not,
double tree and Cyclops is in the front, stealing cookies.
Yeah,
or
eh, eh,
causing trouble. Or causing trouble. You know.
yeah. Or cause or being, yeah, cause you're a troublemaker. Yes. I love when I was checking in at a double tree, and the person, because I don't think I had any. No, I had a Spider Man shirt on. Person had zero idea that I was with the Fleet DJs. Zero idea with them. And lady was like, "Yeah," she said, "Here, I have a cookie. I have a couple cookies for you." She said, "All these Fleet DJs, they keep coming up here taking all cookies." I'm like, "Wow, that's a shame. They shouldn't be doing that." I said they shouldn't be taking all the cookies. He said, "Yeah, all these people with the Fleet DJs are taking all the cookies." I'm like, "Oh," and then I'm looking around, like I'm looking. I'm like, "I see a lot of shirts. What is that? Is that what? Who are they?" She's like, "No, they're DJs." I said, "Oh, okay." I
You
said,
get
"But
that with a badge.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying." Then I saw them later on, with the shirt on, and the lady was like, "This." Cause I did it. I made sure I waved at her. She had that look like, oh, but she smiled because I was smiling because I didn't take offense to it. You know how some people,
Yeah,
if somebody say something like that, they
yeah.
all in their feelings or whatever. Me, it was like, nah, I'm cool. And I
Shouts
looked
out,
at her.
shouts out to all the people at the front desk who gave me cookies. I had cookies 3 times a day because
This dude,
it was people. It was new people each time I went, and each time I went, it wasn't just one cookie. They gave me two.
and it's like I think, see me, I think if I would have asked, I probably could have got one, but I'm like, look at Quest, like, damn it, should have asked. She was down there several times.
Like,
Facts.
and then I'll be like, "Hey, I'll just ask somebody. I was like, hey, I just got a cookie. Can you go give me another cookie?' Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, there it is. That's why no one got them warm because you're Cyclops. That's facts. Because
Yeah.
your ass taking all the damn cookies. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
don't put me in a DoubleTree hotel because I'm taking all. Next time we go to DoubleTree, I got the cookies on deck. $2 a pop.
This dude. And then there's gonna be people like me. Give me them damn cookies. Snatch.
And then here I go behind him. Thank you, baby.
There it is. Now say something. That's gonna be now say something. That's gonna be that.
Well, look, the Why Not crew's gonna have all the cookies. Okay, we're gonna have all the
There it
cookies.
is.
I mean, yeah. Just send the cash app to DJ Cyclops.
So you
200.
already messed up. Now, if you get my cash app, we'll get the money faster. See, you gonna have to do another lesson with you, Cyclops. I think the cookies go into your head. That's where
Hey,
you got in trouble all weekend. Too much cookies in your face.
Hey, 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 hey,
hey, they sure
hey, hey,
was.
hey.
They sure was.
DJ Cyclops, the Cookie Monster. You know what I'm saying?
That's the name of his next mixtape.
Boy, hey, don't get it to boy. Don't give me no ideas.
Yeah, DJ Cyclops, the Cookie Monster, coming soon.
And you better spell coming the right way.
Take that, take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be in trouble on that mixtape. I'm just saying.
Yo, let me keep it real. Shout out to all well, not shout out.
Be careful.
No, I'm for real about this. I don't appreciate that lower level hotels have a microwave in all the rooms.
Man, tell me about
I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at Johnny's Hotel Inn have
Motel 6.
refrigerator. Yeah,
Motel 6 is microwaves.
yeah. Motel 4 has a microwave. You know what I'm saying? The Motel 4 has microwaves. I don't appreciate that everybody has to use the same damn microwave.
So this is what they told me on Wednesday when I got in. They said um they had microwaves in the room, right? But there was a big huge concert there that week prior to. And the people that stayed at that hotel basically trashed the hotel. Microwaves were broke, everything was not working. So they took all microwaves out the room. That's what I was told Wednesday checking in.
They lied to you.
Look, we just wanted him to finish his story because he was so proud of it.
Facts.
I was just like, oh, okay, but hey, that's what they said.
No, it's one of them hotels that felt like they were at a level. We ain't gonna give you no microwave. You want a microwave? You're gonna come all the way down, and I did.
I know. My mom be like, I'm going downstairs to the microwave. Like, really?
I tell you one thing: if that microwave wasn't downstairs, y'all wouldn't have really seen Nino in there. I'm just saying.
Why not?
Man.
Look, all I'm saying is, even with refrigerators in the room, all of them didn't work.
That's the thing. I was glad that they had refrigerators so I could actually have the food that I wanted, and not have to be paying exorbitant amounts of money for whatever. You know what I mean? But let me keep it a rule. Everybody don't know how to use a microwave. You
That
know what I
part.
mean? Everybody don't know how to use a microwave. I went there one time. I don't know what the hell kind of cheese concoction that they had in there before me, but they must have put it on like 9 minutes.
The cheese was everywhere.
It was like I'm like, and I remember when I went over there. Um, as soon as I went to the microwave, I'm like, damn, like that. And the person at the desk was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Yo, I don't know what the hell they did." He said, "I make that's not me. My stuff is right here." And uh, the person at the desk, they was like, she was like, "Wow, um, yeah, somebody needs to clean that." Allah says, "Yeah, that somebody
All,
needs to clean that up. It
all
ain't
them
gonna,
DJ.
it ain't gonna be me, but somebody needs to clean this."
It was all
Uh,
them fleet DJs. They messed up the microwave.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But somebody did come over there and they cleaned the hell out of it, quick as hell. They was like, oh my God. They said, "Now let me get this for you." Cleaned it. I looked at it. I'm like, all right. And they had something in there that they made the microwave smell all lemony fresh. So I'm like, all right.
Now your food
So
all smelling lemony.
yeah, so the thing was when I used it, I love how they stood there and looked to make sure I wasn't going to mess the microwave up. They stood there like, oh, all right, see there. That's how you're supposed to use. You're supposed to cover it up, so it doesn't, do all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is. I went to a budget hotel in South Carolina, had a fridge, a microwave, and a kitchen, and free breakfast. Way better than
Boy,
some casino. That is very true.
boy,
That is
$13
very
for
true.
breakfast. Boy,
I tell you this, back in my heydays, I love the free continental breakfast.
that
What?
part, yeah, like
Man, when I used to travel out of town, I made sure that I racked up on the continental. I'm like, half is gonna be my snack, could be lunch too. You know what I'm saying? Because that budget for my trip to come out here to perform or whatever is coming back with me. I'm not spending it.
man,
Love
like,
continental.
and it's crazy. Like we got there on Wednesday, And I don't know if y'all saw it in the room where they're like, Wine Down Wednesdays, free food, free wine. Now, mind you, I've been up since 5 a.m. I wanted to get some sleep. So I went to sleep. I didn't see the message until later on when it was over.
Yeah, mama and them didn't go to sleep.
Exactly. They
Look,
went,
should
they
have went
like,
barn.
they had their wine, they had their food. My mom was like, yeah, I was actually socializing and talking to people while I was eating and everything. I said, so y'all guys gonna be asleep? Y'all didn't say, hey, you want free food? No? Okay, that's cool.
No,
So
baby, you need your rest.
they they had free food one day, and that was for the people that got there early. If you if you didn't get there early, you didn't get free food.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to the establishment that had the breakfast biscuits at a crazy rate. That was right around the corner. You know, shout out to that folk. I'm like, all right, let's go there and get some breakfast for the day and the morning. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
And we ain't talking about. Well, I don't know. I was about to say we ain't talking about Waffle House
That was not Waffle House. It was not Waffle House. Not at all. It was not Waffle
or
House.
the McDonald's. So if you there, you know.
Facts. Facts. And they had a variety, right? Variety. You know what I mean? I love the hotels that had the prepackaged chocolate chip or blueberry muffins. I used to rack up before checking out, so I would have snacks. That is facts. That is facts. You go in continental breakfast. You see all them. Oh, let me get me a
Uh,
nice rack of those.
yep.
You know the crazy part is like going to all those hotels or motel, whatever you want to call them, like before like pandemic, like I could have took advantage, but I wasn't that heathen. You know what I'm saying? And then
Man,
now that I don't mind taking advantage, I don't go to them as often. Now these bougie spots they got them. So it's like, did I miss my moment of being a savage? I guess so.
like,
On and went.
and you know the thing about it is, my mom. We just had a discussion last week because I'm going to Tennessee next week, and she's like, "All right, this hotel got free breakfast, but it's not like you gonna get up and get it because you never get up and get free breakfast." Now, before COVID, I used to do that. I get up every morning. I was at the hotel, get free breakfast. I love the waffles and the apple juice.
Yeah,
But
standing around, everybody breathing on your food.
Wait for you to hurry up and flip your waffle.
Yeah, standing there like, yo, son, you gonna get this or no? You know what I mean? Let's come on, man.
like now, since pre post COVID, I'm like, I'll ask the question. Oh, they got free breakfast? She be like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'll get there. I think I'll go one time, and I see all the people around. I'm like, let me just grab this apple juice and go back upstairs.
Yeah,
It,
it depends on what it look like. If it was one of them whose sneeze guards are optional,
Those are ones where you take the little boxes of cereal, the milk,
mm-hmm,
everything closed. You take those
mm-hmm,
in.
facts. Yeah, I got
mm-hmm.
yeah, and real talk. I know there are bowls here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to split the bowls in half and pick that one right there. I'm not picking the one on top. I'm not picking the one on bottom. I'm going to split it, and I'm going to pick random one in the middle. Now I don't know if that's the one that fell on the floor. That's the one that I don't know that, but I know the one that's on the top has been exposed. So I'm literally going to take some off and pick, and I do that now in the stores.
That's just like with the waffle makers at the hotel. Like you could do the mix. The mix is gonna come out the little container, but that waffle maker stays open, so you don't know who sneezed on it or anything else like that. So I'm just like, what, I'm good.
He good after he just said he be getting the waffles. Cyclops, you lie so
No,
quick.
no, I said before COVID. Now, after COVID, everybody's sneezing. I don't know what you got.
They were sneezing before, but you wasn't paying attention to it. People
Was it?
have always been nasty savages.
You know who's the savage that annoys the hell out of me? People that loose cough and sneeze. Get the hell out of it. Cover your damn mouth. I don't know you. I sure. Get the hell are you doing? I remember. This is a true story. Back when COVID was early, let's say in April of that year. Back when everybody learned about COVID,
Yeah,
because if you was paying attention to the news, you knew it was happening in.
the coronavirus.
Yes, you know about that in January and February, but a lot of people learned about it in April.
Yeah, that's
Even Florida for about 2 weeks we shut down. Um, but I remember I was in Walmart. Walmart, that was back when it was trying to find water, Lysol,
yeah.
toilet paper. That was back in those days, right? And
People were fighting over it. Yeah,
yeah, and that was one day that they had water and Lysol. Toilet paper, we were straight. You know what I mean? We had a lot, but that was one of them things. Since I'm here, let me get it back. Um, but we was in the store and somebody the aisle over had the nastiest wet cough. Ah, shoot! Everybody in my row, it was like a bomb exploded. He was like, "Oh no!" The whole row cleared out. There was like about 5, 6 of us. We was all standing. We was close, but with that distance. But as soon
yeah,
as they had that sneeze, we was like, "Oh nope." That whole row, it was literally like a bomb. It's like a grenade went off because we all just got up out there. Because I mean, whatever I was looking at, I'm like, nope. I'm not going back in that row. And in that other row, I wanted to go in, but I don't know where that sneeze went. I don't know where those particles are in the air, man. So nah, I'm good. I'm good with
uh,
that.
I remember that. I think I was in like Walmart or something too. And this is not at the beginning, but it was still that year, the first year. And this lady, I think she coughed or sneezed or something, right? And it could have just been her allergies. But when she realized someone else is in the aisle with her, she's like, "Oh my god, I swear to God, I swear to God, it's not COVID." Like she felt like she was about to have a heart attack. Like I was about to kill her for having allergies. And I'm just like, that's how scared it was to just sneeze or to cough, even if you're innocent, because the coronavirus is out here and it's real. You gotta
man.
tell her, I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything. I get it. Like, just go, because I'm definitely leaving this aisle. I don't even want you to explain it. Like, I'm already ready to leave this aisle. I was gonna go to the comments, but I feel like Cyclops wanted to chime in on that real quick.
Nah, because I was gonna say was basically, when it wa- the country started opening back up, even though you going outside, like you said, people were scared to cough. I used to just sit there and just hold it, like, mm, mm.
Ah,
Like you start tearing up. You're like, what's wrong? Nothing.
oh
Like,
man.
and then when you do cough, you're like, oh, like you looking like to see if anybody's around you, and you're like, that felt good, but you're just like, I didn't want to hold it too long. But yeah, yeah.
No, no, your cough was like you was clearing your throat.
Man, I almost died just cooking, and it was the seasonings, and I said, "Oh man," and there was people in the house. I'm like, "Oh God," but you can't hold it because it's pepper. And I was just, I swear to God, it was the worst experience. It's the worst feeling because even though you don't have it, like you just feel guilty to cough or sneeze. It
Exactly.
was just so uncomfortable. But I want to go into the audience really quickly out of respect. We did skip one, but let's talk about the water with the fruit in it. Like I'm the type of person because Nino called me bougie, and I do have my bougie tendencies. I
You said I
l-
call you that? Oh, that's never mind.
whatever. Like I enjoy infused water. Okay, like I love it so much. But I'm not drinking public infused water because I don't know if it's filtered or is it tap or is it bottle. Most likely it's tap. and it was too many people around it, so I didn't even bother touching it. But if it was just mine and mine only, I would have had a ball with it. Now, has anyone done a buffet since COVID?
I just went to my first one probably like 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Well, okay. What do y'all consider since COVID? Because I feel like COVID's still.
It's definitely still active. Is
Yeah.
definitely. So I'll answer first. I'm sorry, baby. You want to say something?
No, I was gonna say I think since COVID is basically um, 2022 and up. You know what I mean? Because folks as a whole on wearing masks and all that. Back then, I think that's when folks started, lessening up with the mask on.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Because the conference, it was just me and some other person that had a mask on. All of
I
y'all
was on the
heathens
first day.
was just loose. All of y'all was loose
In 21,
in 21 in Jacksonville. Uh huh.
the first Jacksonville, I had my
Yeah, you
mask
had it,
on.
but then nobody. No, you didn't. You have it on. It was me and one
I
other
have a
person.
picture. I have a picture with y'all with
You,
my mask on.
yeah, you may have had it. You may have had it, but there was two people that wore it extended periods of time during that conference, and
Oh
I
wait, yeah,
remember
I
I was
didn't do
one of them.
that. I couldn't
Yes.
breathe. I'm
I had
sorry.
mine on the first day, and then some Aggie person named Gina was like, "Why you still got your mask? Take it off so we can take these pictures." I should never listen to that heathen because then I kept it off, and then people's germs just spreading. But back to the question, I actually did go to a buffet during that COVID season, but
Because
it
she's
was like
crazy.
it was crazy, but it was
That was
like
pre-no.
you
Well,
know,
then it was kind of
no,
pre-no. It was
yeah,
kind of pre-no. It
kind
was
of you
kind.
know.
It was kind of pre-no.
But it was interesting going because of the way they had it set up. So it was still the everyone's outside, but we have the 6 feet, with social distancing. But the thing is, you couldn't make your own plate. They had someone that worked there at each like station of pans, and you told them what you wanted on your plate. So if you was gonna be a savage, you had to tell them you wanted to be a savage at the buffet place. So you're like, I want a piece of chicken. This it's kind of like like you at church. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yes, I'll take a piece of chicken. I'll take a scoop of mashed potatoes. Yes, add the gravy on top. Like you had to tell them because they had to serve you that one time.
Didn't we go to a buffet? We went to a buffet. Was it not a buffet?
I don't
That
think that's
was that was not a buffet. That was
Oh, it
not a
wasn't a
buffet.
buffet. Oh, okay.
No.
I don't think you consider it a buffet, and I don't like that place because everyone was able to get something to eat except for me. But it is what it is.
Then we
So
wanted kicking Cyclops out. Get out of the car.
Yo, y'all didn't kick me out. Shout
No,
out to
that's right.
Whitney.
Shout out to Whitney. You had to escape.
Yeah. Oh man.
His brother, professor. I worked in the kitchen in the grocery store, and we didn't have work. He had to help out in other parts of the store. He felt anxiety. Yeah, it was different back then. It was different. But I definitely saw a lot of funny get ups. That is also a fact. That is also a fact. I remember the first mask I had to get, um, and me, nobody had them. Um, but I'm like, the only place that has them is China. I'm like, nigga, that's where this stuff came from. so, so I'm gonna order 'em, but I did. I wound up using those. My first mask that I had was crazy. It was crazy. And I'm like, I'm gonna pass out because I literally can't breathe in this thing. Um, so that's what it was, man.
I remember the first time I had to go out in the public, like out, and that means it was my first time wearing a mask longer than like just going to like the doctor for like a checkup or different things like that. And I just felt like I was breathing into a dusty shirt. That's how the mask felt. And I had so much anxiety. I'm just like, I guess other people are used to this, especially the essential workers. But I'm just like, I don't know how I could do this every day. That's why I had to start buying different varieties to see which one I can actually endure for a long period of time. Because
Hmm.
that stuff got too crazy. Let's go back to Sean Ray. I have to be honest. When everything was shut down, my wife and I ran around a deserted city like it was literally like having the whole world to ourselves. Like the news I saw, it didn't look like Florida even shut down when the pandemic was heavy.
Florida did not shut down. I swear to God.
Florida, we had 2 weeks. We had a two. It might have been 3 weeks. It was to 3 weeks
And
because
Texas down here 3 months.
yeah, because I remember when I went out, um, it was crazy. It was that's why when people talk about gas was $1 and change, it was because nobody was driving. You know what I mean? Because nobody was driving. When I went out, because I'm like, yo, it's great. I said, let's go out because the people on the news was like, but don't go out unless you have to. Do not stay in the house. They let it on the news. They kept saying, stay in the house. Don't go out. You're not permitted to go out. If you go out, you may be stopped by the police. I'm like, oh
I
damn.
get fined.
Yeah, yes. And I'm like, damn. Should I be doing? I'm like, you know what? I'm nosy. Let me go out. Let me go out and there it is. I remember when stores didn't have masks in stock. He ended up making masks out of his old wave caps, sleep masks. There you go. See, smart. But when I went out, I'm on 295. That is a major highway in this area. It's a major throughway in Jacksonville. There were like 4 cars. It was 3 cars on my side and 1 car on the other side. I'm looking. I'm like, damn. I went down Beach Boulevard, which is a major throughway, and I may have seen 15 cars my whole drive. I'm like, wow. I'm like, y'all are really in the house. Y'all are really, really in the house. And that was me going out trying to find some Lysol. You know what I mean? I'm out trying to find Lysol. So I'm going in places. Everybody's looking at each other like they got the plague. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking. You ain't holding the door for nobody. You
Uh-uh.
know what I'm saying? You're not holding the door for nobody. Somebody's coming up, you're jogging in the door, and it's on them. It's on them. They got to, whatever
No
they
room
do,
for
it's
you in
on
this
them.
elevator. Bye.
Well, hell no. Nobody getting elevated. Get the hell out of here.
So speaking
But
of, go
but
ahead, baby.
after about those 3 weeks, Florida was like, whatever. Hollywood, let's go do what we do, and they opened up. There was
That's what y'all did. Y'all opened up wide.
they opened up wide, yeah, and then you started getting folks.
Getting
I,
sick
I
of
remember during when it was shut down, because I remember I was looking at the news and we were doing DJ cafes in person in Jacksonville, right? And I remember telling them, I said, "This probably gonna be our last cafe." And they were like, "For what?" Now the place is cool. They telling me that the owner's cool with having the cafe. I'm like, nah. I'm like, y'all must not be watching the news. I'm like, this is gonna be the last cafe we're gonna have in a while. Because there are places that are shutting down. They're like, yeah, whatever. The next month um, was, let's say that next month was March, April. I can probably look back and find a flyer. Um, Next month it was like they're like, yo, Nino, I'm like, I'll make the flyer, but I ain't going. I'm like, I ain't going there. I'll make the flyer. He's like, yo, why not, man? I mean, because I was like one of the, instructor, one of them folks. He's like, goal's gonna be different. I'm like, I ain't going. I'm like, I'm looking at this news. It's getting crazy out there. And at that time, it was like, I don't know, 4,000 people dying a week or some crazy number. Some crazy number. That was early. Early. That's why some people don't understand that. It was like it got to the point when that was happening every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, niggas dying. I'm like, I'm not going out there in these streets. And I
Well,
think they still had it. And then the next month, I don't know if I'm saying something I shouldn't say. In the next month, the place that they had it at, cops came, shut it down.
it.
It's like, nah, because the neighbors snitched on him. They was like, yo, I don't know what they doing, but they open. Go and shut them down. And the place that it was at was forced to close. I don't think the cafe was in there that time, but the place that it would have been at was forced to close.
Just
And
like
then a month or two after that, Florida's wide the hell open. They're like, yeah, whatever. Craziest things I remember during the pandemic was police was arresting people that had large house party gatherings and conversations.
I remember that. Yep.
Speaking of people outside being reckless, Cyclops, you got to go outside and go be reckless.
Exactly. But it's not being reckless. It's called being productive.
Yeah, but you don't know about people around you.
Well, yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go be productive. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, just have your security blocking the DJ booth. You know what I'm saying? Can't be all VIP like Nina was in ATL. He up above looking at all us common folk at the bottom.
Yeah, my DJ booth is actually secluded. You can't get to me unless you come through my door.
Very good.
Yeah.
So
you know what's crazy about let me just make a comment on that whole situation. You know what's crazy because I know that some people is like, yo, Nino just want to DJ the whole thing, right? I know some people have probably said that. I'll say this. If that's something that I wanted to do, being that I was the person that was in charge of putting the DJs in place, there would have only been 2 DJs. You understand what I'm saying? If I wanted to DJ a long period of time, there would have been 2, maybe 3 DJs. Because what would have that made me do? Then I would have had a longer set. I had 7
It's time for the Why Not Podcast.
DJs. 7 DJs. So what does that mean? That means I want to DJ, I want to do my part, and I want everybody else to do their part. I don't want it. I don't think people will understand how much I don't necessarily want to DJ these long extended period of time because after a while it seems like work. You know what I mean? It's fun for a minute, but after a while it's like, oh, I don't want to do this all this long period of time. You know what I'm saying? This is hours and hours and hours. I can do that, but if I already had if I had a mindset that I got to DJ 5 hours, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? If I had a mindset that I'm going to DJ about an hour, I have a different mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm doing 4 or 5 hours, I done got 4 or 5 hour rest. You understand what I'm saying? No, I had 1 hour rest. So it is what it is.
Because the hotel rooms wasn't ready.
Yeah, it wasn't the hotel rooms that wasn't ready. But that's another story for another time. Yeah, that is. I don't care who's first or who last. That's factual. I don't care who's first or who last. You know what I mean? Only time I don't want to go first if there aren't the proper amount of people in the building. You know what I mean? And
only time I want to come first is.
Take that. Why not?
Well then, on that note.
Yeah, on that note, you know what I mean? This has been great. Salute to all the folks that checked us out. You know what I mean? I am DJ El Nino. He is.
DJ
you can follow me. Wait a minute. You can follow me at DJ El Nino on all social media sites that I care about. Cyclops, talk to him.
It's your boy DJ Cyclops right here. You can follow me at DJ Cyclops 210. Like I said, at DJ Cyclops 210 on all platforms that I care about.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM, all the platforms that you guys care about, because I'm everywhere, baby. And do not forget to download your TQuest mobile app, your Google Play Store, and your App Store. And trust me, I was not joking. I don't mind got it first.
It's time for the Why Not Podcast. Why not podcast? Why not podcast? Not Podcast. DJ Il Nino. DJ Il Nino. DJ Il Nino. DJ Il Nino. T-Quest and DJ Cyclops. T-Quest and DJ Cyclops. Quest and DJ Cyclops. Il Nino. Cyclops, Quest and Il Nino, Cyclops, Quest and Il Nino, Il Nino, Cyclops, Quest and DJ Cyclops, Quest and DJ Cyclops, Quest and Il Nino, Quest and Il Nino, Quest Il Nino, Cyclops.
Why not?